It's great that you're all here, and a fantastic moment to, well, really see what can come out of an evening like this. The Hepworth Wakefield, you probably know, is just over 3 years old, so still a relatively new institution, and one that is eager to forge partnerships and relationships with organisations and individuals. And I think the conversations we've had, Abigail, about how the university can play a role in making sure that we are networked as a creative, social hub and a resource that can be better exploited and worked with, I think is something that we're incredibly eager to build upon tonight. So, Abigail, I don't know if you want to say a little bit more about...
Okay, I can do that. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Dr. Abigail Harrison-Moore. I am the head of the School of Fine Art, History of Art and Cultural Studies at the University of Leeds. And my job this evening is very briefly to say thank you very, very much for attending on behalf of the university. As Simon's indicated, we have been working in partnership since before this building even existed, and have been thinking very carefully about what happens when a university like Leeds comes together with an international art gallery like the Hepworth, and where all the different sorts of partnerships and possibilities that have been created through that. And at the heart of all those possibilities is what happens when you bring together ideas and creativity and art in terms of the process. And in our school, we always talk about the fundamental relationship between making and thinking and making. That's how we describe what we do in terms of fine art practice and art history. And I think that is also a really wonderful way of thinking about what the Creative Labs can possibly do. So it's about a space to bring people together in dialogue through an art gallery, through the creative possibilities that come when we work within these spaces, to see what might happen. So I'm really excited to see what might happen this evening and going forward. And again, thank you on behalf of the university.
I think it is something about that unexpected nature of what might come out tonight and as this initiative develops. And because we are still a new institution, it's what role technology and open, more fluid dialogues can bring to bear on how we develop. So I hope tonight's a fruitful one, and very much look forward to the Creative Labs being something that are going to be part of an ongoing dialogue and relationship with the university, but an ongoing dialogue and relationship with all of you. We want to be this porous social hub at the Hepworth, and I think this is a wonderful way in which we can begin to develop that. So thank you, and Sue.
Thanks. Yeah, please. Thanks very much, Simon and Abigail. Just to let you know what our plan for this evening is. We the Hepworth edition.
Do you want to say who you are, Sue?
Oh yeah, I'm Sue Hayton. I'm the Business Development Manager for Cultural and Creative Industries Exchange, based at the University of Leeds, and my role is to build partnerships between the university and external organisations like the Hepworth.
And I'm Natalie Walton, Head of Learning here at the Hepworth, and my role is really to kind of find those partnerships that might work for the gallery, really, and that's how we started to work together through the School of Fine Art, Art History and Cultural Studies. It is a very long. And then that has led to fantastic partnerships across lots of different disciplines, which has led us to tonight.
Absolutely. And tonight we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Hepworth edition of the Leeds Creative Labs, give you a bit more detail about the logistics of it, but there's more information that you can find on the website if you're interested in participating. But also to hear from colleagues who participated in earlier editions of the Creative Labs, both from an academic from the University of Leeds and from a creative technology partner. And we're also really lucky to have Cory Doctorow here to talk to us later on as well, plus an opportunity to have a glass of wine and something to eat afterwards. So in terms of the Creative Labs Hepworth Edition team, there's myself and Natalie, plus Imran, if you'd like to, from Carbon Imagineering. Imran's been working really closely with us, helping us identify partners in the creative technology sort of sector. Alistair Hay from our business school, and Erica Ramsey from CCI Exchange, and we also will be working with colleagues from engineering. The two strands that we're going to be supporting through the Creative Labs are one is going to be academic and creative technology focused. So we'll be pairing academics with creative technologists for a period of 3 to 5 days working together over a 6-week period to a challenge set by the Hepworth. The other strand is that we're going to be inviting postgraduate research students from the University of Leeds, from the faculties of Arts, Performance, Visual Arts and Communication, Engineering and the Business School to come together again to work on a challenge set by the Hepworth. Both sets working to the same challenge, and there'll be opportunities for both strands to kind of come together at various periods through those 6 weeks. It's a competitive application process, and deadline for expression of interest is the 27th of February, so there's a bit of time to have a look at the materials and think about what kind of application you might want to make. And you can do that either as a group, a team, or as an individual. We'll have a matchmaking event on the 19th of March. What we do and what we found really successful in our last editions of the Creative Labs is that the team actually matchmakes the groups. And on the 16th of March, that'll be your opportunity to meet your group and meet your team and start working together. And then there'll be a coffee shop event where basically we meet in a coffee shop and we talk about what's happened. And then a final showcasing event here in May, where will be an opportunity for you to kind of share what you've done with the other collaborators, but also with the wider team and the wider advisory group. I think the important thing to say is that there is absolutely no expectation that there is an output from this collaboration. The important thing is the conversation that you have within your groups and the way that you creatively or in any way you want to approach the challenge. And that's it, simple as that. But perhaps you could talk about the challenge?
Yeah, a little bit. So, I mean, that's the interesting thing for us really, is bringing together these amazing matches for us to think about and to interrogate a bit more about what we are as an organisation, what we are as a gallery, and to think about the context of museums. For those who went upstairs and for those who have been to the gallery many times, you'll see that we have an amazingly rich resource here at the gallery. We've got a fantastic collection and it's on display here, but how do we then start to think about what happens when those doors are closed? What happens to people who can't actually come to the gallery, but how do we open those doors and break down those walls of the gallery and become much more of a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 24-hour access to museums and to galleries? How do we explore and exploit our collections more, really? And that's the challenge. And because there's no particular outcome or product, we really are excited to understand all of the opportunities and possibilities that you guys can actually lay out before us. So it's really exciting. It's the first time that the Creative Labs has had a context in which to respond to. And so I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic for not just for us, but for you guys to actually respond to as well. And that also gives you the access to us as professionals to be able to explore Creative Labs in a slightly different way.
Okay, that's great. What we're going to do now is hear from two people that have participated in previous editions of Creative Labs. Maria is academic based at the University of Leeds. I'll let them both introduce themselves as they kind of come up and do their presentation. And then Ben, who participated in the first edition of Creative Labs, who's a creative technology partner.